Okay.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
All right, let's move on. So, going to the playoffs, Nick, your thoughts? What is well, you gave him a 10, so there are
We're
none.
winning a fucking championship,
But
man. Get ready.
If you had to make one up for conversation's sake, what is the biggest weakness of this team? What concerns you?
I'm Nick Nurse.
Oh, come on.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, no, I got questions. Do it.
You mean White Casey?
I don't know if Nick Nurse is good at his job.
He's better than Dwayne Casey.
I don't know.
He's
if that's
better than
the thing
Dwayne
yet.
Casey. People were tweeting at us the other day with like montages of plays the man
Podcast
made. There
is
were no
overdone.
rocks. There was nothing. It was plays. He's fine.
Every play that I've seen, I'm like, oh, Dwayne Casey would do the exact same
No,
fucking thing.
no, it's not.
Oh,
I
give
did-
someone
I-
the
This
ball.
man
Dribble it.
pounds the playbook.
Yeah. Okay. Well played.
Does he pound the blue?
Okay, Nick Nurse.
That's my concern.
Okay.
Is I don't know if Nick Nurse is better than Dwayne Casey.
That's all right. Nick's cut off. That's fine. Let's go down the other way now, Tim.
Come on, someone.
Is there a weak? Okay, what are your thoughts on that, and also a weakness going into the playoffs that you're concerned about?
Nurse is fine. All
There it
coaches
is.
are fine.
Thanks,
No
Tim.
one has any clue what any coach does for 90% of their job. Coaches are fine. The bench is the problem. I mean, like, after you get past Van Vliet, probably, and Ibaka, probably, it's a tire fire. I mean, and that's going to be a problem. I don't care if they end up going like 8, 9, 10 deep because they have the personnel to do it. That bench is a problem, and teams are going to throw things at them to make them play them. And, you know, if you're going to be scared about something, I'd be scared about that.
Okay.
I actually agree with the bench take and want to talk about it, but more importantly, I need to stand up to you.
Yeah, that's right. We found the one Nick Nurse stand. There's the only one. Go ahead.
I will defend Nick Nurse and Fred VanVleet.
It's like your third uncle, Nick Nurse.
He just, I mean, like, I also was skeptical for a long time.
Yeah.
But he's been rounding into form recently. Like, the offense has gotten way more scripted. The guys have been playing better.
Honestly, the last thing I remember was an ISO for Kawhi to win a game, and I was like, what?
Yo, that was the Heat game right now.
is going on?
That was literally the last game.
The last thing I remember in that game.
That's why I
was-
remember.
It's a good memory.
Last thing I remember in that game was winning after like a 1-3 pick and roll, like swing, three from the corner. It was the same play that happened in the end of regulation. But
You're making me sick,
Kawhi
Louis.
like waved off the screen, and in overtime he came on and they didn't switch. Kyle rolled and they got a 3. That was like, it wasn't because of Nick Nurse that he isolated. Kawhi waved off the screen. Right? He's been doing a great job. He's had a great season.
Preach.
Why?
I mean,
How?
Okay, Nick. If you coach the Raptors this year, will we win 58 games?
We're winning 63. Like I
Yeah,
said.
exactly. Yeah, there you go.
You
No.
just said 10. You just said you have a confidence level
Yeah,
of 10.
because it doesn't matter. He could sabotage it. He can't. If he's like, guys, go play hard. God bless y'all. I think we're fine. But he's
is
like,
how
you
he
should
talks.
do this. You might fuck up everything.
My favorite thing lately is Nick Nurse talking about how he has a playoff gear. He's like, yo, I got plays, but I can't show you right now because she goes to a different school. Like it's on that level of like, yo, in the playoffs, like I'm gonna show you these plays. They're gonna be different. No, but I mean, I have no issues with Nick Nurse, to be honest. Like it's fine. Like
He's fine.
he's fine. Yeah, he's like a substitute teacher.
What is your concern in the? Oh, Jesus
That's what I'm
Christ!
saying.
No, it's just like, there's not a lot of discipline. It's like, oh, you want to practice? You want to watch a movie today in class? Like, yeah, go for it.
That's what they've been talking about. They're like, oh, we don't practice. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So
we're all arrested because we don't fucking practice basketball.
That sounds great.
Lots of film.
It's a fun uncle.
That's what you want coaching that
Yeah.
championship team.
So then, Will, do you have a concern?
Lucy's cousin.
Do you have a concern going into the playoffs, Will?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the bench. I said earlier, like, I'm a little bit worried about Kyle, a little bit. I think his playmaking role now is not as, like, he's basically just passing a lot now. But there's a couple games here where he's like, there's that clip that went around of, like, Nick Nurse, like, whispering to Nate Bjorkgren on the bench, and it was like, Kyle only has 4 points? And I was like, yeah, Kyle only has 4 points. And it's like, Kyle has 4 points a lot, and then people just don't worry about it. They're just like, oh, yeah, it's fine. He's got, like, 11 assists. It's like, all right, but can we have 14 points and 11 assists? So...
Your concern is Kyle Lowry?
A little bit, yeah. After watching the playoffs for the last 5 years, I am a little bit concerned about playoff Kyle Lowry.
I mean, but he wasn't the problem last year.
He had like 5 points in Game 4.
Yeah, he kind of was.
5 total points.
Yeah, but Game 4 was they lost by like 70 points.
But he's your best.
He scored all 5 points.
Yeah, all right. It did feel like that. You're right, actually.
Last year, we had DeMar. we're not going to win a lot of things, right? So it's like this year, don't worry about.
Yo, I won't stand for this to turn into a DeMar slander pod.
Guys, welcome to the
panel. It's gonna happen.
the roast of DeMar DeRozan. Here comes Pamela Anderson. Okay. All right. Let's do a little audience participation by a round of applause with the over/under at a 7. Are you confident going into the playoffs? Over 7? Make some noise. Under 7. That sounds good.
Wow.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's almost like it's a room of Raptors fans.
Oh. But we're in Boston, so it's weird. I don't know. Okay. Well, I guess the big question going into the off season is obviously, where's the man going?
Marcus
Kawhi
Gasol's
Leonard?
player option? That'd be
Yeah. There's no way he's turning that down. So, in your gut, obviously none of us know. No one has any clue. But in your gut, I guess the question is, how far do you think the Raptors have to go in the playoffs for there to be a chance for Kawhi Leonard to stay? You and I have talked about this before. Mm-hmm. We both say at least the Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. But then even if they lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, we think that's still good.
Yeah.
Right?
I just had a kid here. Everyone that comes to Toronto
just
has a kid.
As a kid, sure.
Yo, Masai's poking holes in the condoms. Let's spread that rumor right now.
Yeah. So it's the Eastern Conference Finals, and then say, I guess we should set that as the bar. Say they make the Eastern Conference Finals, win or lose. What is your gut? We'll go again with a 1 to 10 ranking that he stays.
Me first?
Yeah. Or no, not 1 to 10. Percentage out of 100.
Buddy, it's so much math already.
Listen,
off the top of this.
listen. I'm trying to come on.
Percentage-wise,
Yeah, if they make they make the Eastern Conference Finals, win or lose,
88%.
that he stays.
Yes.
Look at this shit. All
88.
right. Okay. I was gonna say 50, but 88's way better. So
Hell
we'll
yeah.
go with yours. Will Lou?
What's the question? We were talking about where Kawhi's kid was actually born.
Citizenship.
Oh, what is his?
I thought it was American. Does anyone know?
I thought the kid was born
It's
here.
Canadian? Okay.
Yeah,
The kid was born here?
Yeah. No, Lewis was whispering in my ear. Lewis was like, yeah, they drove down to Detroit to have that baby, and I was like, what? Why?
If Canada
We got good
basketball
healthcare.
needed more
Cross the
ammo,
border
right?
and have a
Yeah.
baby.
Yo, for real.
Buffalo is nasty.
People do that.
Guys,
It's awful.
I like that a lot. All right. Okay. So wait, who do we? Well, Lewis, we'll start with you. Percentage if the Raptors make the Eastern Conference Finals, win or lose. What do you think?
It's
Kawhi
100.
Leonard?
This kid's Canadian. That's like...
That's nice. All right.
Done
but
deal.
But for real, like, the New Balance shoes with the Raptor logo, him talking up the Alex McKechnie thing, like, it's like 40%.
I agree with you. 40%? I honestly think it's if he wants to go back home, there's nothing anyone can ever do about that. And I actually kind of respect that. If he's like, I'm going home, I'm leaving money on the table, I'd be like, no, it's pretty cool, dude. That's fine. But other than that,
You're not going to say that after that we lose in the Eastern Conference Finals. Respect whatever your decision is, Kawhi.
buddy, we got Pascal Siakam for the
Running
next.
back with
it's
Marc
fine.
Gasol, Pascal.
But I think if it's that's the only thing is Los Angeles. If he wants to go home, cool. But otherwise, I think it's 50-50. And you're saying 40%?
Yeah, I mean, all the side stuff, like the house, the mansion in San Diego or whatever, and yeah, I mean, he's one here, and like his shoes that I mentioned, like I think all of that stuff is kind of secondary. It doesn't super matter. Seems like he's happy here.
Are the shoes for sale yet? Does anyone know?
No, you still can't buy these shoes.
Dropping colorways to see what works.
He's just teasing us, and they look good.
Everyone go retweet the Raptors one then. I think that's the only way we get them to stay.
Because they got to reopen a factory for New Balance. They're just like, we have not made shoes in 20 years, guys. We fucking, I didn't know we had to actually do this. We didn't think he was really going to sign. So
Yeah, I gotta stand. I already bought a pair for Kawhi. All right, Kawhi, please stay because I bought these X90s. Yeah.
Did you get those from SVP Sports?
I 100% got them for SVP. 50 bucks.
Black ones, buddy.
Yeah, of
we
course.
bought 'em. Yeah, I know what's up.
Nice,
Shout out
nice.
to
Real.
SVP.
That's real. That's real. Were you just there?
Yeah, but that's
You said you were coming from Queen West.
Black ones, I swear to God.
Yo,
a good
okay.
deal, man.
When you thought about buying New Balance, did Kawhi's face appear in your head? You're like,
I literally didn't buy them because I'm like, if he stays, I'll buy them.
wow.
I'm
Yeah.
not walking around with New Balances and Kawhi Leonard's not on.
All right, that's fair. I might have jumped the gun. I might have jumped the gun from that
Now,
perspective.
that'd be better than burning a jersey. Everyone burns New Balance shoes if he leaves, right? Okay, never mind. That's fine.
You know what the environment is like right now? You're going to burn.
The shoes. Shoes.
It's a
Oh, did we
lot of
finish?
rubber.
Lewis? No, Tim, did you answer? Did we?
What do I think? I'll give
Eastern
it,
Conference Finals, percentage out of 100.
I'll give it like 65, 70.
Okay.
I think he's happy here.
I honestly think it's 50-50. I think it's 50-50.
That's the like rational thing to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but like at the beginning of the season,
Pick
I was
a
like,
lane,
no,
you
he's
coward.
not staying. Like, no, because I think I think it's 50-50 Toronto or Los Angeles. But again, if he wants to go home, they couldn't do anything about that ever.
Is there
But it's
any
not
other-
like he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna go to the Knicks or like.
Is there any other team you think he would go to?
No, I think that's just it.
No.
Yeah.
Just go home.
I think it probably depends on what the Clippers get too, right? Because if the Clippers is like, hey man, we got Lou Williams, and I got
love Lou
we got Montrezl Harrell. I'll teach you how to spell his first name when you come here. And we got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I'll teach you how to spell his name. Like, no.
Hey, by the
Kawhi's
way,
probably not saying yes.
Shay's from Hamilton, so let's.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Shout out Shea.
Anyway.
Shout out Hamilton as well.
He is.
No, we're not shutting out Hamilton.
Shout out McMaster. Shout out McMaster University at least. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the Clippers they gotta bring someone in. They got like two max
they
cap
have they have
spots.
spots for
Yeah,
two, yeah.
they can't just be like come here
no.
to sign with Doc Rivers. Like, no, who cares?
Yeah, if he goes there, who's going with him? Who's the other max guy?
You know what? You know what might actually work in the favor of the Raptors in this situation? How, aside from Siakam, how wonky the young guys have been. And you're going to say you're going to go to the Clippers now, which is a team of all young guys. So it's all of those guys that would show up for one game, disappear for three, and that's what you're going to stake the next 5 years of your career to. That might actually work out in the favor of the Raptors. The fact that their bench has actually been kind of wretched.
Norm Powell has been the biggest selling point all along.
He found his way in.
He looked great against Miami, though. So springtime's here.
No, he should have waited until the playoffs, and now he's going to be terrible for 10 games.
Okay, well, next topic or whatever thoughts. Speaking of Pascal Siakam, that is kind of like I feel like the silver lining now. If Kawhi Leonard leaves, you're just like, buddy, we got our franchise here anyway. But what do you guys think? Or we'll start again. Sorry, you and I. His ceiling, is he an eventually in like 2 years a franchise NBA player?
It's gonna be the logo of the.
Okay, fair. Yeah, cool. I'm down with that.
Yeah, no, man. I think it's,
Can he be a number one player in 2 to 3 years?
Yes.
I like it. Done. That's the answer. Okay. Why do you say yes?
Because he's fucking awesome. And I'm a like dirty homer. That's why.
Yeah. I think that holds up in any court. So let's go back to you guys. Pascal Siakam, obviously, he is the most improved player, is he not?
Yeah, he should be.
Only because the D'Angelo Russell thing, like D'Angelo Russell was already good.
Supposed to be good.
How
No, but
many
he
points
was
did
pretty
Siakam
good.
score on his birthday?
I don't know.
Some of the arguments for D'Angelo Russell are so ridiculous. Like it has nothing to do with improvement. He's the most improved. Of course, he's the most improved.
Siakam.
Pascal Siakam is
yeah.
right. Right. Okay. So what was the question I asked?
I don't know. You asked it.
Yeah. Well, I guess where's the ceiling? Do you guys think in say 2 to 3
Like,
3
if
years,
Kawhi
3 years
leaves,
max?
Are we okay with Pascal being the guy?
What's okay? Like as good as they are.
Is he
now.
a franchise player? Is he as
Can you build around him fast?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think he's really good, but he has a lot of people who shore up the like, little weaknesses in his game right now, like a lot of smart veteran guys. And that's not a knock on him. Like he's been amazing at maximizing that. But I think the Raptors have seen a lot of those like B+ players kind of get built around them. And I mean, like it's fine, and they'll make the playoffs, and they'll flame out in the first round, and you can sort of do that and try to build around him. But no, I don't think he's the guy that you're going to like park the ship and like staff it just for him. I think you still got to find the next guy. I don't know what that
Is that a saying?
yeah, you park the ship, right?
Look, I agree with you, right? Like you're not gonna see it. Like, what's that? All right.
Someone ordered 3 more
This is what happens when you don't pay for Spotify. All right.
chicken wings. Anyone
Oh,
get
Love it.
nothing, man?
All right.
That's sober, baby. That's
What was I gonna say?
shit.
Look, Pascal's great. Like, but like, you know what I mean? You realistically look around the league, like non-shooters, you just can't really build an entire offense around that, and that's like just what it is. But I don't think that you have to answer that question, right? Like, regardless of what happens with Kawhi, if Kawhi leaves, you're still gonna the Raptors are still gonna re-sign Pascal Siakam.
that's true.
right? And then what the Raptors will do is probably look to flip like Marc Gasol on an expiring deal or Kyle Lowry on an expiring deal, maybe Serge Ibaka on an expiring deal. Please don't trade Serge Ibaka. He's been so good, all right, but. if you have to. I mean, it's a logical choice, but you're probably still going to keep Siakam regardless. So we don't really have to answer that question right now. We'll probably give him a test run next year if Kawhi leaves, and if Kawhi doesn't leave, then everyone just runs it back.
Yeah, Siakam and Giannis are going to be dope.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Can I ask why everyone says Giannis is?
It's Masai. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's Masai and Mama Land on Lansdowne.
Oh, okay.
Not even a good restaurant. I've been there. It was not good. Service was terrible.
Okay.
Legit took like 45 minutes.
To that, OG Anunoby. Can he do what Pascal Siakam did this year?
Basically, can he take the steps that we saw Pascal take? Can OG do a similar thing?
Let's wait. Let's put it to the crowd. Let's put it to the crowd first. First of all, that's okay. So that's the question: can OG Anunoby make the strides that Pascal Siakam did this year, next year? Round of applause. Who thinks yes? Oh God, jeez. That's OG in the corner by himself. Actually,
OG's here.
And I guess the nose. Make some noise. Those slow, condescending golf claps. Like, get the fuck.
Just a very sad clap. Like, yeah, you're right. We don't think that much of OG.
All right. Well, I guess you guys are gonna say no too.
Yeah, probably. It's because the framework from which Siakam developed, he had the harder skills there, like the fluidity of his athleticism.
He couldn't dribble last year.
His like thinking of the game was way ahead of where OG's is, and that stuff doesn't come in 1 year. Like OG could very well develop really far, really high, but sort of his athleticism isn't quite at the point it needs to be, let alone his skills. So,
but I think the thing is like last year, Pascal and OG weren't this far apart. But this year, it's night and day, right?
Also, OG's younger too.
But that's the question, right? Can he get there?
Eventually, maybe.
Oh, that was a goddamn question, Lewis.
Not next year, though. Okay,
you're right. Not next year.
His ceiling is probably a little bit below where Pascal is right now, and that's like for his whole career, I would say.
But did we think Pascal's ceiling was as high?
No,
absolutely
no.
not. Who thought that?
So, but then how could you say that his ceiling's lower?
Because you're asking me to say something, dude. I don't know. I'm on this panel.
Look, this is what you got to do with OG. Okay, you got to teach him how to be coordinated, because right now he kind of plays basketball like a drunk person, like walking the straight line on a mat. Like scan, whatever the things are called. I don't drive or drink. Actually, I do drink, but I don't drive.
Goddamn lie.
I definitely just drank, but I will not drive tonight or in the future. But don't drink and drive, people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. No, but seriously, no. OG just like he's not as coordinated, right? Like you look at Pascal, he's doing these spin moves. It's like, he's got great balance, got great touch, and it's not the same with OG. OG tries to spin move, but it gets blocked
big time,
and he's turning it over, and he's not dribbling the ball really well.
Spin move last year, like the man could not dribble last year.
Yes, he could.
Not really.
Man, Siakam ran pick and rolls like 8 times last year, and they were all very successful.
Did you say Raptors, 8 times?
Yeah, it's great. And
the number you told me 8 times in a full season?
It was rare. But
that's the example. You're getting 8 times he did some shit.
It was rare, but very successful, and people wanted it to happen more, and it happened more, and look where he is. Whereas OG has run the pick and roll. He ran it in summer league. They were like, this guy, we're going to make him number 1, and his turnover rate was ridiculous.
Sounds like it's Nick Nurse's fault, is what you're telling me.
Yo, Nick Nurse, Nick Nurse taking over for Coach of the Year and then coaching summer league is wild. Yeah, that's wild. That's an Asian level work ethic right there. That's like I would never do that.
Siakam had room to grow into last year, a role to grow into. He was overqualified, whereas OG is just not overqualified for his role right now.
I don't see that though. You know what? Like I didn't see like that Pascal was overqualified last year, but you count pick and rolls and shit, so you would see.
But I mean, you also look at how rare what Siakam did is too, right? And that's the thing that I think makes him such a standout. Like OG, let's say he gets, I don't know, like Siakam was last year. He gets to the point where he comes in off the bench, he has a defined role, whatever that is, doesn't have to be the same role. I think that's actually a pretty big success story, considering the fact that he was a very well hidden 5th starter last season, a very exposed 7th, 8th guy this year. If you can get to that point where you can throw him into a game and get 20 minutes out of him where he's a net positive basically every game, I mean, it's not where Siakam's at, but I think, maybe you're happy with that? Is that... I don't know.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very well said. Tim wraps it up.
No,
nicely.
thank you.
Well done.
I parked the ship.
Park the ship.
Parallel park that ship, man. That's
Better
sick.
believe it.